Shalom, Akim. First and foremost, as always, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to our powers. Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rucha HaKodash, a giver the honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that have taught us this truth, that are constantly ruling well through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. A peace, mercy, and blessings to the beloved Akim that are out there pushing this word wholeheartedly in truth and in sincerity, that are not wavering to the left nor to the right, but constantly staying on that straight and narrow, fighting for your crowns in these last days that we are truly living in. Even shalom to the few sisters, the Aquavs that are out there, and even shalom to the Israelite foreigners. Those that may look like the other nations, but their seed line is going back into our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Yeah, brothers, man, a lot is going on. Things are turning up, and Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is making moves, okay? All right, putting the spirit on these devils to be more proud than ever. All right, and a lot of these Edomites, man, as I was watching this video with Alex Jones, man, when you hear this guy's voice, man, this guy is scared, all right? And this is a lot of Edomites, okay? Seeing what just took place with what Trump did to Nicolas Maduro, all right? Is shocking the world, okay? But this is beautiful, okay? Because see, these actions and these situations are going to ultimately further lead into World War III, all right? And they know, they can feel it in their spirit. These Edomites know that that's the end of their world, okay? So let's watch this video, all right? Because all right, it's about time these effing devils go down, all right? Let's watch.
Yeah. So we're on the verge. I don't just say this, listeners. I'm physically sick right now. Yeah, we don't want you to die. No, I'm trying to explain this. Yeah. This is not. I'm not playing games. Okay. Yeah. I want you to listen to me very carefully. I've always followed my intellectual analysis of history. Okay. And I'm here in Northern California, which is demonstrated by Bohemian Grove again. That's breaking. And I have my 7-year-old daughter with me and my wife with me, and I've got 3 other older children. I can't get on your show and lie to you. So I'm sitting here believing we're about to have a nuclear war. They've already tried to kill Trump. They're going to do it again. And so I feel guilty literally talking to you and saying we're about to see the end of civilization. Right now on the road we're on the like you got your GPS, you're driving this restaurant, you're driving this place, you're going to the beach. We're not going to the beach, folks. We're going to thermonuclear war and the end of civilization and total death. And I don't say that to be dramatic. I literally was sitting here and you were asking me what's happening next, and I started to vomit. Yeah. Guys, I'm tough, okay? I'm tough, okay? I've been in a lot of fights. I don't break. I don't easily buckle. I am literally having a panic attack right now. I'm prepared to die.
Yeah. These devils are scared, man. I'm prepared to die. Oh man, all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, all right? Because hey, that time is up. It's coming to an end, all right? And see, that's what the scriptures say, that the deceived. Let me get that as well. Hold on. The deceived and the deceiver are his, all right? Because see, these devils think they're getting ready to extend themselves into another plateau of the height of their kingdom. Okay, now you had your height. You had your Edomite glorious days, right? And now it's getting ready to come to an end. Okay, all right. Let me see. Let me type this in real fast. Oh man, how does it go? Let me probably type in an R. Salakia. Deceive his. Oh no, it won't pop up. Let me go to Google. Bear with me. All right. Okay, here we go. This is Job chapter 12 verse 16. It says, with him is strength and wisdom to deceive, and the deceiver are his. All right. See the Most High got these Edomites in the trick bag, making them believe that, you know, they're getting ready to you know, reach another level, all right, within this thing, and in reality they're not. Okay. All right. The scriptures clearly tell us that, all right, Jacob, well, Esau is the end of the world, right? I'm gonna grab that as well. It says Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Okay. Well, you know, you heard Alex Jones talk about it's going to be the end of civilization. Second Ezra chapter 6 verse 7, it says, then answered I and said, what shall be the pardon asunder of the times, right? And this is why we're diligently monitoring and watching everything. All right. So when we hear about these breaking news, all right, things is happening. Okay. I believe you just had who was it, the vice president, his house just got attacked. Okay. Even though they said the reports he wasn't home. All right. So you can see that there's war all around. Tensions are heightening as we speak. Okay. All right. Matter of fact, let me just get it real fast. Hold on. I know I'm all over the place, but Salak here. All right. What is his name? Yep. JD Vance. Okay. JD Vance. Man allegedly causes damage to Vice President JD Vance Ohio home. Okay. Shots fired at U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance. Okay, so you know what does that tell you? The spirit of Second Ezra, the 15th chapter, as well. All right, they shall rise up. All right, against the rulers, the governors, pretty much. You know, insurrection, things of that nature. Okay, all right. You got Esau, manipulating brothers' videos. All right, through AI, artificial intelligence. You know. All right. And we've been saying the famine of the word is coming. So these are the times that we are in. You know, you got these 1948 small hats talking about how they want to, you know, suspend your First Amendment rights. OK. And, you know, YouTube. Yeah. Whether a video can enable itself to, you know, change the dialogue of the message. Well, YouTube, we don't own these platforms. So at any time they can have that continuously enabled setting on to where, you know, your video is you know, just changed just like that. You know, got you saying some bugged out shit. Any one of us, you know, could be saying false names. All right, so that just shows you what type of time we are in. Things getting ready to happen out here. Okay, so it says, then answer I and said, back in 2 Ezra 6 and 7, then answer I and said, what shall be the pardon asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, which has a great symbolic meaning. All right. Because even though Jacob physically held Esau's heel, that meant that when Esau was going to come into power, okay, starting, all right, in America, okay, there was going to be a time where Yahweh Bashim Yahushua was going to raise back up his elect, okay, to pull down this man's stronghold, all right? So the biggest opposition or the biggest threat to Esau's kingdom, especially his NWO, are the Israelites, all right? It's us, all right, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, because why? Everything is being exposed about these imposters, all right, who they are. All right, we're bringing out the scriptures on that are wicked according to the Bible. All right, reasons why the world is destroyed. Okay, all right, why people are dying at a rapid rate. Okay, the mortality rates within the food industry, the medical industry, shit, within your lifestyle. People are dying because of the philosophies and the ways of these Edomites. Okay, all right, so we say that peace cannot be in the earth as long as the wicked are ruling. So things have to change, and in order for things to change, these prophecies have to come to pass. All right. So Esau can feel, all right, his kingdom slipping. It's slipping. I'm slipping. I'm falling. I can't get up. Yeah, you ain't about to get up no more once Yahweh Shai take you down. Okay. All right. And when we hit that pinnacle part, right? Because we waiting for the mark of the beast to be made mandatory. Okay. But when these other nations decide to shoot off those missiles, oh, it's over. It's over. All right. Let's keep reading. It says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Now, I want to play this video right here as well. Because you can see the pride oozing off these devils, man. The pride is oozing off them. Let me see.
This
Yeah, let's check this guy right
You
here.
just wait for Cuba. Cuba is a communist dictatorship that's killed priests and nuns. They've preyed on their own people. Their days are numbered. We're going to wake up one day, I hope in 26, in our backyard.
Well, while you saying that Cuba's days are numbered, right? Because you got these Edomites that are targeting Jake, all right? You know, you got Asher, the tribe of Asher, right? You got the tribe of Manasseh. Then you got here in the States, right? You got the southern kingdom, right? Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Then you got the northern kingdom, right? The Issacharites being targeted. So these Edomites are persecuting the Israelites, okay? And then they're trying to make it seem like Jake is the face of just terrorism. Jake is the face of just drug dealing. Jake is the face of just destroying people. When these people are the reason why the planet is messed up. But you can just hear the pride oozing off them. All right. But let me get the scripture real fast, because it says the pride of thine heart. All right. The pride of thine heart have deceived thee. All right. You know, you devils think that you think you're untouchable. Okay. All right. And that's what the Most High want. Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai wants you to believe you're untouchable. Okay. That's why it's going to be the greatest fall when you go down. Obadiah 1 and 3. The pride of thine heart have deceived thee, that thou dwellest in the clefts of the rocks. Who come from the clefts of the rocks? These Edomites, these Caucasians, the cave dwellers. Okay. All right. They created the perfect Gillette commercial to cut off all that excess hair that they had on their body, you know, because they're the cavemen. All right. And they cleaned themselves up to transform themselves into a angel of light. All right. When these are decrepit and defiled men, okay, it says whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, right? The eagle represents what? The emblem of Babylon, okay? All right, just as the same emblem as Rome, okay? The highest flying bird, the most proudest bird in the sky. All right, these devils are proud, man, okay? But that's beautiful. All right, the Most High gonna keep pumping that pride into them, okay, to burst that bubble and bring terrors upon them, all right? The water Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, it says, and though thou set thy nest amongst the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord, all right? So they're on their way out, okay? Let's go back.
We're going to have an ally.
I'm going to play it from the beginning, as I don't want to interrupt. Salakia.
You just wait for Cuba. Cuba is a communist dictatorship that's killed priests and nuns. They've preyed on their own people. Their days are numbered. We're going to wake up one day, I hope in 26. In our backyard, we're going to have allies in these countries doing business with America, not narco-terrorist dictators killing Americans. This is a big frigging day. And everybody in the world is thinking differently than they were just a few days ago because of what you did.
Cuba is ready to fall. You know?
Yes.
Cuba looks like it's ready to fall. I don't know if they're going to hold out. But Cuba now has no income. They got all of their income from Venezuela, from the Venezuelan oil. They're not getting any of it. And Cuba literally is ready to fall. And you have a lot of great Cuban Americans that are going to be very happy about this.
Oh, man, you know, it's a disgrace listening to these devils, man. All right. But you got Elon Musk talking about they want to give the Venezuelan free Wi-Fi. Come on, man. Okay. They want to take the resources. They want to plug in them central banks, right? They got plans to take over the whole earth. Okay. Just as we've been saying, right? The book of Habakkuk goes into it. Okay. Habakkuk. All right. We read this all the time. We bring this out all the time. Okay. Let's start at verse 4. It says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. These Edomites are not upright. They're not righteous. Okay. They're far from it. All right. But the just shall live by his faith. Right. That's us. Okay. We know that these devils are going to have a short time, and they know in the spirit, they could feel it. That's why Revelation 12 and 12. All right. He knowing that got a short time that he's going to come down upon inhabitants with what? Great wrath. Okay. All right. Because Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is not with these people. All right. At all. Okay. All right. So let's go to verse 5. It says, yeah, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man. Right. And people are still drunk off this man's philosophy. That's how much of a stronghold Esau has on the minds of the people. Okay. That pompous pride spirit. Okay. But the Lord has been doing things in the earth to shake up that spirit, okay? But Esau's holding on, all right? Which is beautiful, okay? Beautiful, all right? It says, neither keepeth at home who enlargeth his desire as hell and is as death, okay? So Esau's all over the world, all right? Terrorizing everybody, okay? Right? So-called saving Christians. Do you hear this weak ass excuse? They're so-called saving Christians, so they have to drop bombs. I believe somewhere like Nigeria or something like that. You know, all right. They had to drop bombs to save Christians. Come on with these weak excuses. All right, we know that there's a lot of sacrifices going on. There's a lot of left hand dealings going on because they're trying to hold on to that power. Okay, all right, and they could feel that power is shifting. So they're making irrational moves. What right? Trying to boast themselves to be bold, okay? But the spirit of the Lord is showing us through the spirit that they're afraid and they know they're getting ready to come down, all right? But that's the facade, okay? He gonna speak pompous, he gonna speak proudly, okay? And that's why it's gonna be a great shock because the world is confused. The world think that this man will never lose, but the scriptures speak otherwise, all right? Prophecy is gonna prevail. Okay, so it says, and cannot be satisfied, but gather unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Shall not all these take a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? See, woe, destruction. Okay, taking everybody's resources. All right, snatching people up. All right, committing war crimes. Right. Breaking international treaties, right? Esau doing all type of shit, okay? Right? But woe unto him, all right? Because everything he's doing is going to lead to his downfall. It says, and to him that ladeth himself with thick clay, right? Put everybody as debt slaves, all right? Put everybody under this New World Order surveillance digital system, okay? Right? The micro C-hip, all right? They getting ready to transfer this debt into a digital debt, okay? All right, so because you know the word clay or thick clay goes into ibatya, you know, if I'm saying the Hebrew word correctly, all right. But we know Esau's moves because the Bible, all right, already had this man's moves planned out. Because why? The Most High created these men, okay, this nation, all right. He created the wicked for the day of evil, all right. So we know what he's getting ready to do, all right. But he's not going to win. That's why we got the highest hope. All right, in faith that we're going to make it out of whatever Esau brings, okay? While the rest of the world burns. Let's keep reading. It says, shall not all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay, it says, shall they not rise up suddenly? They shall bite thee and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them, because thou hast spoiled many nations. All the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the cities, and of all that dwell therein. All right, so Esau's end is coming real soon. You know, like I said, I just wanted to just do a quick lesson, bring out a couple precepts that I was thinking about. You know, as I was watching some of these little TikTok shorts, just seeing a couple little things that brothers was going into, right? But you can see Alex Jones' spirit. There's many other Edomites that are out there that are scared. You know, they're afraid because they know World War III going to be the end of their empire. All right, and their time, their time is short. Their time is definitely short. All right, you know, because let's get it real fast. You know, the last precept right here, Job 14:5. It says, "Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bands that he cannot pass." So Esau can't go past the measurement that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai set for him. All right. And that's what World War III is going to bring. It's going to bring in a whole new era. All right, the new world order is going to be ran by the Israelites. All right, you can read Job the 20th chapter. That glittering sword, when that sword flies, Yahweh Shai going to arrive on time. All right, to conquer, subdue. All right, and to save. All right, his elect. Lord willing, we'll Paul that number. Y'all brothers stay prayed up. May Yahweh Shai Shai keep blessing all you Akim that believe wholeheartedly on those holy and blessed names. Yahweh Shai. All right, and I'm out of here, brother. Shalom.